I'm Annie Elison, and this is your Kauai May housing update.
With Annie to Kauai.
Life is short. Buy the beach house, live the dream. Nationally, the big news is that because inflation is still rising or happening, the Federal Reserve has announced that they are not going to cut interest rates. Most people expected we would have at least one interest rate cut by now. 11 out of the last 12 election years, we've had rate decreases or rate cuts. So it's going to be interesting to see how this year goes. It's an unusual year. I mean, if you're watching the news, there's a lot of unusual things going on. So it'll just be interesting to see how the year pans out. But on Kauai, we are still in a seller's market. Now, I do see some signs of it equaling out. We are getting more inventory, which in a lot of ways is phenomenal. Kauai is already a small real estate market. And so on top of it just being a small market anyways, we've had very few listings and options for people to buy. Last year, we did 60% of the volume that we do in a normal year in terms of transactions, right? Still a strong market, but very few properties being bought and sold. And a lot of that was credited to the small amount of inventory. Now, the great thing that inventory does is it creates options, right? Instead of when you look at Kauai and you think of whatever your budget and your desires are, instead of having one or two options, you could have four. That's an extreme example. Let's get into the numbers. Right now on Kauai, in active listings, fee simple, these are homes, land, and condos. There are 323 active listings. There are 139 homes for sale, 90 condos, and 94 parcels of land. Now remember, land kind of functions as a different thing. It takes a lot longer to sell, generally speaking. And there are fewer people interested in land because a home and a condo you can do something with immediately, and land takes longer. Currently, we have 99 pending deals, right? So it's about a third, or it's about a 3-month supply. Anytime you have a 3-month supply, it's still a seller's market, but our inventory is growing. In homes, we have 45 pending homes. Now, pending, just as a reminder, means that the seller has accepted an offer from a buyer. It hasn't closed yet, but it probably will. Industry-wide, it's about 85%. We have 29 condos pending and 25 parcels of land. So altogether, 99 deals in escrow. What sold in the month of April? 69 properties sold. 35 homes, 23 condos, and 11 parcels of land around the whole island of Kauai. So that's what sold. Let's get into some highs and lows. The most affordable active listing is in single-family homes is a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom home in Keikaha, listed at $550,000. That's about 1/3 of the price of the average sold property on Kauai. So it's a very good deal. The most expensive home on the market for sale is a home on Veki Road in Honolulu, on the Mauka side of Veki Road, so not the ocean side, but the mountain side. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 full baths, plus 2 half baths. It was built in 2019. For Kauai, it's essentially a brand new home. It's a beautifully built home, very well thought through, very high price for the location. But if you're looking for something new, this could be it for you. What about the highs and lows for sold properties? The most affordable home that sold was also in Keikaha, sold for $520,000. 3-bedroom, 1 bath, next to a power station. And the most expensive home that sold was a Kukui'ula home for $6.6 million, ocean view along the horizon, infinity edge pool, and all the amenities that Kukui'ula has to offer, which is amazing. The most affordable condo that sold, condo in Plantation Hale, which I've talked about before. These are 1 bedroom, 1 bath, little living room, little kitchen with vacation rental rights in Kapa'a. It sold for $474,220. It did need some work based on the photos. The highest priced condo that sold in Kailani and Princeville. If you're familiar with Kailani, these are beautiful. There's technically, there's one shared wall, but inside of that wall they have other walls. So they like to say that there's no shared walls because they've built separation walls within the wall. It is legally a condo with a 2-car garage, 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, central air, and amazing views looking over the mountains on Kauai, looking towards the Discovery property, which, that's a good view. It's a beautiful view. You're going to get lots of sunrise colors and watch sunrises from this property. Beautiful, and it was beautifully updated and remodeled, so good job. The most affordable land that sold was a lot over 7 acres in Kulana, which I've been saying for a while now is the value play on Kauai. There are great deals in Kulana. These are all ag parcels. Any interest or questions, please reach out. People are getting amazing deals. And that one sold for $250,000. The most expensive lot that sold was in Kukui'ula, and it's a little bit over 11,000 square feet. It's a residential lot. It sold for $1,720,000. It does have great views, right? So it's one of these ones that they've moved the earth around and they've built it up. So you're on a plateau looking over the ocean. You do have weekly rental rights once a house is built. It's important to remember if you're building a house in Kukui'ula and you want to use it as a vacation rental, you need to have amenities at the house because all of the amazing amenities that Kukui'ula has to offer are only for the members. They're not for the renters unless you're renting in the club properties, which this is not. But if you're interested in those, reach out to me. I'll explain what they are. I had one closing last month. I currently have 4 pendings, 2 in the Poipukaloa area, 2 in Princeville. I have 3 coming soon properties that I'm very excited about. A lot, a condo, and a great house. So the condo I'd like to highlight is my Sea Cliff listing. This is the most meticulously remodeled Sea Cliff condo I've ever seen. Now remember, Sea Lodge condos were the first condos built in Princeville. So they took arguably the best view plane in all of Princeville. Right, you're looking over the Anini Reef towards the Kilauea Lighthouse. Amazing sunrise views every morning. Because it was the first condo complex built in Princeville, a lot of them are very old and very dated. So generally, it's the trade-off. Do I want the view or do I want something a little bit nicer? Now, this condo that I'm selling has been so meticulously remodeled. Honestly, it's the best remodel I've ever seen in Sea Lodge. It's stunning. It's something you really need to see to appreciate it. We'll throw some photos in here, but I'd love to show it to you if you're at all interested. My house that I have listed that I'd like to highlight is my Poipu Beach Estates listing. It's listed for $4.5 million. The land size is over 32,000 square feet. It's in the Poipukaloa VDA, Visitor Destination Area, where vacation rentals are allowed. Now, a typical lot size in a VDA, so this includes Princeville and the South Side, is about 10,000 square feet, plus or minus a little. So this house feels like you're in the country because of the size of the backyard. And on top of the size, you have the Waikomo stream that borders the back of the property. It's just so beautiful and so peaceful. By far my favorite house listed today. My land parcel that I'd like to highlight is it's a new listing. It's a 2-acre parcel in Sea Cliff. Now, Sea Cliff is the only gated community on the north shore of Kauai outside of Princeville. It's right next to the Kilauea Lighthouse. From this lot, you can see from Rock Quarry, and then you have the whole view of the Manahana mountain range. You really don't get this kind of grand view plane very often. There are several lots listed for sale in Sea Cliff right now. This is the only one that's flat, that's buildable without a lot of engineering. And clearly it's my favorite. It's really beautiful. It's special. I think it's the best lot left that hasn't been built on yet in Sea Cliff. So if you're interested in any of these, reach out to me. If you have general market questions or I can help you in any other way, of course, reach out to me as well. In my opinion, Kauai's the most beautiful place in the world, so it's definitely a special place, and we want to keep it that way. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe, hit the alert button, comment below, let me know how I can help. That's what I'm here to do. All right, aloha.